Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Colorful Worlds. Today's video is a tutorial video that has been much requested from this book, and that is how do you do this neon sky, and how do you get this neon effect here. So I'm going to explain to you how I do this effect over on this side. First, you're going to need your different pencils. So the ones that I used were these ones over here. And that is coming in with hot pink, and then neon pink, processed red, neon orange, regular orange, neon yellow, yellow chartreuse, chartreuse, spring green, true green, light aqua, china blue, indigo blue, violets, dahlia purple, dark purple, and finally ending with black. So these are all the ones that I had used. So the way that I had picked the colors was I wanted things which were bright, happy, and neon. And then I picked a bunch of random ones and ended up using all of these random ones. And the way that I use it is simple. Except for the black, I took all of these colors, smushed them together, and I put them in a pot. And then what I did was every time I used a random color, I would put it in the next pot. So that way the color order becomes incredibly randomized when you're using them. That's my first big trick. So coming back into this book, you can see here that all of these colors, even though they're random, do really work well together here. And I'm just going to show you how you do it on these outlines for all of these leaves. The way that you do that is you randomly pick your color, and then you just color like a certain section of it, and you put it away, and you pick another color and you color another certain section only around the outline of all of these different leaves here. And then when you're trying to build the color in towards the center, what you're doing is you're ignoring Kerby's original shading and shadow work. Instead, you're putting in layers of black with indigo blue and dark purple. And those are the three colors that you're using to just kind of like build up interest. So instead of having it be plain black, because that'll be kind of flat, having these other colors put in does make it look a tiny bit more two-dimensional. You can see over here, if you look closely, that towards the edges I have some purple reflections, and towards the middle it becomes more dark black. And that's essentially it. It's actually incredibly simple. Alright, so I'm just going to start by showing you what it looks like in real time first. You pick a section, you kind of color along the edge, dump that pencil, pick the next one, finish coloring along that edge, pick the next one, finish coloring along that edge, and I'm going in super random order. You can hear the clunk of my pencil as I put it from one small little pot into the next small little pot. And what I'm essentially doing is I'm building up these colors around the edge of things to give it that nice glow. Because glows are achieved when you have dark both on the outside and on the inside of something. So it's just the edge that maintains that lightness and that color. Things that are really thin like this are hard. You basically put color in and then you just draw a thin black line in the middle to kind of give it that glow. And there you have it. Super easy. I'm not going to do this for the rest. on with all of those random colors that I picked randomly from the spot over here. You can pick whatever color you want, by the way. You don't have to pick the colors that I chose, of course, but I just like these ones because they were a variety of colors that were all very bright, and that kind of helped with a nice fun neon glow. So now I'm coming into how do I like fill it in towards the middle. And to do so, I'm using 3 different colors: Dahlia Purple, Indigo Blue, and Black. And so the reason I'm using these 3 colors instead of just plain black is because I want to ensure that there's some dimension to it, because otherwise what might happen is it might look a bit flat. And so I kind of build up the colors by having my purple and my blue towards the edges, pulling it towards the black towards the center. And that then, you can slightly see it here, gives that bit of dimension to it, which makes it look a bit rounder and fuller as well. So once more, I'm going to start with one section in real time, and then I will be time-lapsing the rest. Alright, so let's start with this leaf over here. I'm going to begin by just pulling in a tiny bit of blue around my edging, and then I'm switching to the Dahlia Purple as well around the edging as well. I'm trying to do it opposite because I know that the edges of this particular leaf I had already done those colors. And then I have black, and then I'm just kind of filling in the center part back, and then I'm overlapping the colors that I had initially laid down, because that's kind of what gives you the dimension. I'm just kind of like pulling that towards the edge, and then even adding in a tiny bit more blue as well, just on top of it. There we go. And then do with a tiny bit of black. And that's it. It's very easy, very simple, especially in the smaller areas. Let's try that one more time. So over here, with some purples, mixing in a tiny bit of my blue, just kind of pulling it towards the edge as much as possible, ending by filling it in with black. And that's where you get your nice neon glow. Done. All right, time to time-lapse the rest. So that's pretty much it for this whole outline bit here. Yeah, it's a bit tiring to do it because it feels a bit repetitive towards the end. I would say it took me almost 4 hours to do all of this. I do tend to zone out here and there though, so maybe it was like 3 hours of concentrated work to do that. If any of you can concentrate that deeply and intensely for that long, that's how much time it'll take you. But with me, who zones out quite easily, it took me around 4 hours to do this, I would say. 4.5. So to end, I'm going to kind of show you how I did this inside here. Ultimately, what you're doing is you are going to be tracing around the edge. Let me try to get out of the glare here. You're going to be tracing around the edge of your pterodactyl, alternating between 2 different colors. And then you kind of like use your indigo and your black and a tiny bit of Dahlia Purple, and you pull it towards the black of the inside. And so the colors that I'll be using for this one are going to be white for some of the highlights. True Blue and Process Red, though, are our 2 main colors here. And then, of course, you're going to have your indigo blue and your black that you'll be pulling towards the center. You'll notice that with the body, I have some like lines as well to kind of give it a bit more shape and dimension. That's what I'll be doing here as well, just maybe using some of the shadows here with Kerby's line work. Kerby's line work to show that out. Anyway, yeah, so we're approaching the end here, folks. Alright, so as per usual, I'm just going to start by showing this to you in real time. Like, incredibly simple. Like, I'm quite literally alternating and slightly overlapping between these colors. And you can see how every time you overlap, the colors mix a bit and then turn violet. You want that to happen because then it gives it a bit more of a smoother transition between the colors and adds a bit more dimension So yeah, you're mixing colors as well, which is always kind of fun. Okay. And you essentially just kind of do this going around the entire piece. So there you go. That's how you do a neon glow, both with small leaves as well as with larger creatures. Hopefully this was helpful for you to learn and apply to whichever kind of page that you want. And at the end of the day, it is pretty simple and easy. It's all about having that colorful outline and then having it be a black background against a black to black blue inside, and that's how you can create that beautiful glow. So even though the rest of this is not part of the tutorial, because this is just fulfilling in the space page, it doesn't have anything to do with glowing, I'm going to show you the rest of this time-lapsed, just so that I'm not ending the video on a whip. I feel like you need to see the whole completed process, otherwise it doesn't feel like a completed video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of this time-lapsed, and have a good rest of your day. Happy coloring!